Hi Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Tuesday the 29th of July 2025 and this is Flosstube 126. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts and I also talk about walks and travels that I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. I do have a bit of a yucky throat today, but I hope it's not going to be too bad while I do my video. I did film yesterday. I was at Wrexham retreat, as you'll know from the title, at the weekend, the second one of the year, and I was so tired, and I tried filming and I was watching it back and I'd made so many mistakes and I just thought, yeah, that's got to go in the bin and start again tomorrow. So yeah, I've done it all and then I've reset everything and yeah, I've got a lot to show you. It's all over the place, but yeah, we'll manage to do it all again. Okay, so I have had 4 new starts. I'd only had 3 when I did my notes and did the filming last night, but I started another thing this morning. So yeah, right. So I've got my dragon on my lap as well, and it's making me nice and warm. And I've not got my fan up here; it's downstairs because it's warm. But yeah, right. The first start, which is actually a restart, is Lily in the Animal Crackers series, the frog. I just call it the frog. I started this a while ago. I've talked about it on my video before, and I did it 2 threads over 2 on 36 count, and I didn't like the coverage. I thought it was going to be too bulky, so I've started it again at the other end, and that's my progress there. So not a lot done, but I've done some. So I've started him again. I've done more than I did when I started it the last time. Pardon me, I've just had a cup of coffee, so yeah. This fabric is 36 count Tin Roof by Weeks Dye Works, and I've just noticed a little bit of cotton on it. There we go. Right, so yeah, 36 count Tin Roof by Weeks Dye Works, and it's still in the Q-snap because I was taking it to work and doing it in the morning. I took it to work yesterday and I did some at work yesterday, but then because I got everything up here I couldn't take it to work today, so I ended up just grabbing the thing that I've started and starting something new. The second new start is Dragon with a Pearl. This is a chart that you can get from my bobbin, and I saw it at the first Wrexham retreat back in May, June, when Jeanette brought hers, and I just fell in love with it, and that picture just doesn't do it justice. It's beautiful. So yeah, I have got a reason why I started it, which I'll go into later on, but that is my new start. So you can just about see it there. That needle minder there with the needle on it is a dragon that I got from Hazel at Pretty Little Thread Keeps. But yeah, that's my new start. This fabric is 32 count Monsters and Mermaids Murano Lugana by Pole Stitches. So yeah, that's my little dragon start, and that's still in the Q-snap from the weekend. So yeah, on Sunday I got home from the retreat. I'll talk about the retreat later on, but it was like, was it 20 to 7 by the time I got home? I was so tired, and then on Monday I was at work all day. I had to start work 9 o'clock in the morning, work all day, and then I tried filming. Yeah, it didn't happen. So yeah, I'm here on a Tuesday filming instead. My next new start is Summer in the Garden by Jeanette Douglas Designs. It's the first in the Seasons in the Garden that she's done. This one is so much better because it's actually a little booklet, where Seasons by the Sea is just all separate sheets. But yeah, so I made a start with this at the retreat along with Di, and Lottie also started it, and you'll see that I was being very optimistic because I put the fabric like this, so and all I've done is that little bit in the bottom corner. So I started in the middle of the whole design, and then I've started doing the pond in the middle on the summer piece. So yeah, and there's still thread there. So yeah. But yeah, I didn't do much. I was very busy on the retreat, didn't do much stitching at all. But yeah, this fabric is the called for, when I find the little card, there it is. This is 36 count Edinburgh linen in the shade Moonstone by Fibre on a Whim. I got all the stuff from 123 Stitch. The chart, the fabric and the thread pack, the embellishment pack. And my last new start, I've not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to keep getting notifications. My fourth new start, as I said, I started this morning. It's one of the purchases I got from Nimble Thimble, and it's called The Haunting by The Drawn Thread. And I don't know if you can see, there's an alphabet, there's ghosts, there's pumpkins, there's all sorts on there. And I just loved it when I saw it, so I had to get it. Of course, it was the full kit. And I only spent, I don't know if I spent an hour on it this morning at work. I get to work, I was on the train this morning, so I got to work especially early. And I just did some of this in the staff room before I started work. This fabric is 32 count dark cobblestone linen. I'll get my board. And that is as much as I've done. That's going to be the letter I and a ghost that's wrapped around it. So yeah, not much of a start, but it's a start. There we go. So that's The Haunting by The Drawn Thread. I'm getting a nice big pile because of all these Q snaps. Right, so there are all my new starts. 4 new starts, all in the space of about 4 days. So, because of the retreat and then this morning. But yeah. Right, on to whips now. So my first whip, as usual, or when I actually stitch on it, is Dragonfield Note by Unconventionalxstitch, Unconventional Cross Stitch, artwork by Christofferson. I've been stitching this for a couple of years, on and off. I'm going to turn my notes that way so they don't fly off when I stand up. So there's my dragon. So I've not done a great deal in the last 2 weeks from one thing and another, but progress is progress. So there we go. That's the dragon. It's on 25 count Easy Guide by Zweigart, 1/1 full cross. There we go. And now I can put him down off map. There we go. I've got a bag on the floor to put him on. My next whip is Lancashire Flag, or to give it its proper title, Quaker Tales Lancashire County Flag by Vivsters. I'm doing 1 square a day. No, 1 square a week. I'd struggle to do anything else if I did 1 square a day. So yeah, so there we go. That's the flag. And I am behind with it because I had hoped to finish the square off at retreat and it didn't happen. So I've got the rest of that square to do and another square this week to catch up. So yeah. It's stitched on 28 count white linen, 1/1 full cross. So yeah, using the call for DMC. So yeah, there we go. It's all very pretty. Nice bright yellow, that colour. My next whip, I showed this in my last video, but I did some more on it. This is Snowy Saint Nick by Dimensions. Yeah, this, as you'll know if you watched my last video, I've been doing Christmas in July, but I'm stopping that now, and we're in August on Friday, so I'm going back to my normal rotation. But I didn't manage to do any stitching yesterday apart from the bit I did at work, and then it's probably going to be the same today. So yeah, there's my progress. So I've done all this here. Bit there, I've done a little bit of blue on his hat. Yeah, so there we go. This is just some 28 count white even weave. So there we go. That's progress on Snowy Saint Nick. My next one is Twas the Night by Sue Hillis Designs. I like all of this design, and this is actually going to be my wildcard piece in my rotation now. So I'll show you why. It's not far off a finish. Let's do this. There we go. Right, so basically this fabric is 28 count Fairy Dreams Brittany Lugana by Pole Stitches. And basically all I need to do is the bottom line, which says danced in their heads, and then the border that goes all the way around. And I know that if I don't have it as my wild card, it'll be sat in my box for ages. So yeah, so that's my progress. I did Wild Visions of Sugar Plums when I stitched on it. So yeah, not far off a finish, that one. There we go. Right, next one. I definitely didn't do much on this one. This is Santa's Secret by Dimensions in the Gold Collection Petite series. This was a full kit, and I'm using everything from the kit. And that is my progress. So basically I've stitched some of his nose and gone up here. So basically that's all I did on him. So yeah, not much, but progress is progress. There we go. So that's that one. And then my next one is Santa's Magic by Mirabilia. This was my barely started whip for July. Pardon me. Yeah. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count spun gold Murano Lugana by Pole Stitches, and that is what I've got done. So I'd got most of all this done before I started doing it this month. I did some of this up here, and then I've gone up, and there's quite a lot of Krynic here, so there isn't much there. And then I've gone on to his hat and started his hat. And this is, I've been doing it at work, so not much, you know, just not an hour. I've stitched on it a couple of days a week. So yeah, but progress is progress. I'm saying that a lot. Progress. Yeah, there we go. And then my last whip is At Home for Christmas by Blackberry Lane Designs. Cute little mouse in a broken bauble. Yeah. And again, not much done on this. I've basically done, I finished off the green going up here, and then there's some grey that comes along and over him and over this side, and that's all I got done on that. But that cute, that mouse is so cute. So yeah, that's that one. And there are all my whips. So yeah, like I said, all Christmassy things, mainly Christmassy things, but it'll change next time when I go back to my normal rotation. So yeah, it is still quite warm. The sun, it's gone slightly cloudy. It did rain not so long ago, but yeah, it's still quite warm. Right, let's go back to my notes. Right, let's have a look at my beading. Okay, so I've got things everywhere because I've got all sorts of stuff. Right, so beading, I've got two things to show you. The first one is Raven in Moonlight Star. You've seen this before, you've seen my videos before. And I finished the first piece. So you can see the hair, the beak, and a little bit of the head and body, and you can see the moonlight and some branches on that. That's the first piece. And then the second piece, this one goes that way. So on this piece, where are we going? That way. So you can see, where am I going? That way. You can see part of the bird's back. It goes somewhere. I can't remember which way it goes. It'll go that way. That's it. And there's thread on this because it's not finished yet. So yeah, there we go. You can see there. That's part of the bird's back and a bit of the moon and some of the branches. So yeah, there we go. That's that one. it'll get easier to hold as it gets joined together and grows. And then the second beading is Santa Amulet Bag by Muse Ink, designed by Chris Mains. I'm not making it into a bag, I'm just doing the front and I'm doing the fringe at the bottom, and it's going to go in a frame. And this is easy to show because I just show it in the thing I do the beading with the lid on. So there's Santa. As you can see, he's got some eyebrows, and you can see his hat coming in there, and on this side too. His glasses are gold and bronze beads, which you can't really tell while he's in. Oh, there we go, we got a little bit of a shine there. So yeah, you do get a bit of a shine. Next time I'll try and get him out of the thing. It's just there's a big length of thread on him, so I didn't really want to take him out of there and have all the thread getting tied up. Okay, so that's my beading. And then my crochet, which I only do when I'm at Knit and Natter. I'm doing this Gnome by Mufficorn, the bee gnome, gnome with bee. And here is my progress. So, hat's finished, pipe cleaner's in there, and then this bit will get lifted up when his nose gets put on. This is the rim of his hat, and then this is part of the body. As I said, I only do it when I'm at Knit and Natter, and I'm losing the whoop there. Let's pull the thread through. When I was filming last night, I dropped a ball of yarn, so yeah. Right, there we go. So that's my bee gnome in progress. In there too. Okay, right. So next, travels. I'll start with what I did not last weekend, the weekend before. On the Saturday, my husband and I got the train to York. We just wanted a nice day out. We decided to go by train, so we weren't messing about with the car, trying to find somewhere to park. York's not the best place to park your car, so we went on the train. When we got to York, it was raining, and it just rained all day. It didn't put us off though. We went to Clifford's Tower, which is what's left of the castle there. It's like a little tower on a hill. There'll be pictures in the slideshow at the end. We went to the cathedral, but we didn't go into the cathedral because there was a graduation ceremony going on for university students. So part of it will have probably been closed off, so we didn't go in. We've been in it before, so we didn't need to go in. We went to Dick Turpin's grave. He was buried in York. We went to Guy Fawkes pub, which is where Guy Fawkes was born. There was like a thing in the window to tell you about him and about how, if you don't know, Guy Fawkes is the man who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament, and what we celebrate Bonfire Night for. He was eventually caught and hung, drawn and quartered. So yeah. We also went to York Castle Museum, which was really nice because there was like an old Victorian street like inside the building, so that was really good. Really enjoyed it in there. Plus it was a bit of respite from the rain. And yeah, I think that's it. Other than that, we just had a wander around looking at different things. Lots of old buildings. We went in some shops. So yeah, we had a really nice day out and got the train back. And then we went for tea with my son at a pub. Had a lovely meal. And then the day after, on the Sunday, we took my mum out. It would have been my mum and dad's wedding anniversary on that day. So we went out, told my mum to decide where she wanted to go, and after several changes of mind, she decided, let's go to Crosby Beach. Now, Crosby is near Liverpool, over on the coast, and there is an art installation there called Another Place, and it's designed by Anthony Gormley. Basically, it's lots of naked men all over the beach. Iron men, not real men. They're like statues, and they're just dotted about all over the beach over a 2-mile spread. Some some of the statues are near the sea, and then others are up near the end of the sand, and then there's some in between, and there's all spread out. So yeah, I always thought that they were grouped together, but they're not. There's just individual ones. And apparently they're all modelled on the artist's naked body, apparently. But yeah, but yeah, it was really good to see that. And then we drove up to Southport, which is a seaside town just up from Liverpool. The sea is miles out. We could only just see the sea in the distance. I'll put the pictures at the end. You can see the pier, but the sea's way past the pier. So yeah, it's really far out to sea. And yeah, there isn't much at Southport these days, but yeah, somewhere my mum wanted to go, and we had a nice walk round. So yeah. And then this weekend, it was the Wrexham retreat, number 2. So yeah, it was a lovely weekend, fantastic weekend. The hotel pulled out all the stops for us. It was really good, really enjoyed ourselves. People were telling me how they loved it. It was such a relaxing retreat. And then people could go to Create Nostalgia and or Nimble Thimble. I went to Nimble Thimble twice, taking different people with me. And I went to Create Nostalgia once. I didn't do much stitching. I was running around sorting everybody out, making sure everybody was okay. But yeah, pardon me. So yeah, the food, yeah, you end up caked out basically. The hotel had lots of cake. The shops gave cake. Nimble Thimble had lots of different cakes. You went upstairs and it was like a little tea room again, like it was last time. And there were lots of cake. And Create Nostalgia, you had cream tea. So you had a scone with jam and cream, with a drink of tea or coffee. So yeah, both shops were fantastic. They both pulled out all the stops as well. So yeah, it was a really nice weekend. And I spent quite a lot of money, as did several other people, but yeah. So yeah, I also put in 4 pictures for framing at Nimble Thimble. I'd asked Chris last time when we were there in May/June if she could frame my heirloom Christmas sampler by Victoria's Sampler, and I said I'll send it down and I'll pick it up at Wrexham when I come back down in July. And then I went in my box, because I have a box that I put things in that I've finished. And, you know, I've finished stitching them, and I put them in there till I get round to framing them or making them into something. And I went in the box to get this heirloom Christmas sampler out, and my One Nation flag was there. And then there was a couple of drawn thread pieces, and I just thought, I need to get them framed. So I took the 4 pieces with me, rather than send them down. I thought I'll take them with me, and then when they're framed, I'll go down and pick them up. So yeah, so I took them down. Oh dear me. So yeah, they're getting framed, so I can't wait to get them back. And then I got a lot of stash, which I'm going to show you. But I'm going to show you other things first, before I get to the stuff that I actually bought. So yeah, right. Let's start with before I went to Wrexham, Stuart's in Stitches showed one of these. It wasn't the same fabric, but it was the same sort of thing on his video by Canny Little Fox. So I had to get one. So yeah, it's a little travel. I like to call it a travel file. So yeah, so there's a nice glittery vinyl on it. Zip up wallets on it, and 1 at the back, 1 at the front, and then 2 in the middle. It's nicely padded, lovely Christmas, well it's not Christmas, wintry snowmen on it. I love this fabric, I just loved it. I thought it looks really 3D. So yeah, so I got that from Canny Little Fox. It came not long after my last video. So yeah, I've not used it, until I showed it on my video. Same with everything usually. When I buy things, it's like, no, you can't use it till you've shown it on the video. So there we go. So that's my little wallet that I got from Canny Little Fox. So yeah, that's there. And then while I was at Wrexham, there's a lady was stitching a Christmas tree, and it was gorgeous. And she said it was by Veronique on, I'd like to say it's Unconventionalxstitch. It's where's the name? That one, Veronique Unconventionalxstitch. Ginger it's spelled, but Unconventionalxstitch. Yeah, I don't know how you say it, but yeah. So I was looking online because I knew about this designer and I love a lot of her things. And I was looking online for this Christmas tree, and I didn't find it. The lady found it, so I've ordered it. It's a kit coming from France. But I found this book on Amazon, and I just love that tree. Look at that tree. And there's quite a lot of lovely designs in this book. So yeah, it's called The Magic of Christmas to Cross Stitch. French charm for your stitch work. So yeah, I just love some of the designs in this. And there's the back with some lovely little ornaments. But yeah, there's all sorts of lovely things in it. So I bought that. And that was here when I got home, because I ordered it from Amazon, so it's next day delivery and all that. Right, so next I'm going to show you things that I got on the D-stash table. It's just the way I've laid it out here. So yeah, so the first thing I got is some Coffee Craft Fabrics fabric, some opalescent blue, and it looks, when I just look here, it just looks plain blue, but when I show it on the video, it's looking a bit like a couple of different shades in there, so I don't know, it might just be the camera, but yeah. So yeah, Coffee Craft Fabrics don't name the fabrics. This is just some 32 count even weave, opalescent obviously. So yeah, I got that. Oh, and then I got this Frosty Tiny Town. I've got a notification on my phone, so I'm moving things down, thinking you won't be able to see it, but you won't see the notification, so there you go. Yeah, I usually put my phone on Do Not Disturb and didn't think to do that today. So yeah, Frosty Tiny Time by Heart in Hand. These are D-stash things. This, I just love this. Quaker Moon by Bent Creek. So yeah, I just love that owl. This is a kit, a Dimensions kit called To Be Blessed, and the verse says, having some place to go is home, having someone to love is family, having both is a blessing. But I got it because of the flowers and the birds. So yeah, but yeah, just love that. That's a full kit. And then this is a kit as well, and it's a Victoria sampler, heart to heart sampler. And I just love Victoria sampler stuff with the different stitches in. This one says, there's a warmth and joy that never ends between the hearts of special friends. So yeah, I just love that. Yeah. So that was my D-stash that I bought. And then three lovely ladies gave me some gifts. Jill came to visit on Sunday to the retreat, and she brought me some gorgeous sunflowers, which are now in a vase on my living room windowsill. So yeah, they're beautiful. They're really big sunflowers, and considering we've not had the really sunny weather, they're just really nice to look at. They're beautiful. So yeah, and then I'm not going to show you that one yet. Right, Claire gave me this lovely knitted sheep. Try to turn it the right way. So yeah, it's a key ring. I'm thinking I might hang it on my work bag. I've got like a rucksack that I take to work. I might hang it on that, so it's with me when I go to work. And then she also gave me this little bottom, again, not opened, because if I'd opened it, there wouldn't be anything in it now. It'd be an empty box. This is Chocolate Fur, F-A-Y-R-E. There's a website, www.chocolatefur.co.uk. And yeah, I don't know what's in it. Not opened it, because I know, like I say, if I'd opened it, they'd be gone. So yeah, so a little box with some lovely chocolates in. So they're off Quaker. And then Anna Marie came to my retreat. Hello Anna Marie. She gave me this lovely thank you card with a lovely message inside. Again, sunflowers. And she also gave me these handmade socks. Look at them. My first pair of handmade socks. I love the colour. And she said apparently they're good for walking in. And I got the label. They're knit using Peak District yarns. It's got the washing instructions. And the yarn is called, is it Eam Embers. So yeah, lovely pair of socks. But then she also gave me this, and I went ah when I saw this. And it's the reason why I started my dragon. A project bag. Look at that fabric. That is gorgeous fabric. Scales fabric. But then, look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I just love it. It's purple, it's a dragon. So yeah, thank you so much, Anna Marie. I love it. And yeah, this is what my little dragon's going in. It's already been in it, but yeah, that's what it's been kept in. Thank you. Right, right, stash. Okay, right. I'll start with. I've got them in the wrong order. Right, I'm going to start with this little gift shop. So when I went to Nimble Thimble, there's a little gift shop across the way from Nimble Thimble, and when I've been before, it's been closed. Or it's been open when I've got there, and when I've come out, it's closed. So when I saw it was open on Sunday, I took Lois and Elaine down to Nimble on Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday. When I saw it was open, so I left them in the shop. I said, I'm going having a look at this gift shop. And it was a lovely little shop, but the lady who ran it was fantastic. Because she had pictures of this little tower, and it was called Fairy Tower. And I'm like, where's this tower? And she said, oh, like looking at me like, why don't you know, sort of thing. And she said, oh, it's in this valley. And I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of the valley because it's Welsh. And anyway, and then she gave me these leaflets about it. She said, it's all right, they're old leaflets then, but it'll tell you where it is, and there's some walks in the area and things. So I'm like, oh. And then, so yeah, it was just a lovely thing. Anyway, well, before we talking about this tower, I bought this. Look at this. It's a hand-painted slate that's been put in a frame, and it's a boutique, and I just love it. So yeah, hand-painted by Ken Taylor on polished Welsh slate, it tells me on the back. So yeah, that's a beautiful little thing. So that's going to go up in here somewhere, I think. And then I got two lots of fabric. There's a metre of each fabric. I got this one, which is little white flowers on blue background. And there's a metre of fabric in each one of these. And this, I just love this one, this hearts. I just love that one. So yeah, I've got two pieces of fabric. I also got a little black sheep keyring, and I must have left that downstairs. It's just a fluffy thing, a wool, like a wool with a ceramic head stuck on it. So yeah, so that was the little gift shop across from Nimble Thimble. And now I've got Create Nostalgia Stash on top. It's because I've had to redo it all from yesterday's attempt at filming. So, right. So, from Create Nostalgia, I'll start with this because this is what I got for my daughter. My daughter asked me to get her this Mill Hill kit of a witch. So that's for my daughter. And I also bought her one of these frames to put the perforated paper in to stitch it. A picture of it there. So yeah, but yeah, I just love the design on that one. So I bought her that to do it. And then, and I'm already using this. I bought a few of these design things. This has got the threads in for Summer in the Garden, or at least some of the threads for Summer in the Garden. I just love this because it's got hydrangeas on it, and it's also nature. But yeah, a thread holder. So But then I also got a round thread holder with the same design on it. And I just love I couldn't decide between the rectangular one or the round one, so I bought both. And they have numbers going round, so this one's got 28, where the rectangular one's got 26. So yeah. And then I also got the needle minder to go with them. And it's underneath a couple of things. I need to get it. There we go. There. Right to the box. Right to the bag. There we go. Okay, let me show you properly. You always get a little thing in with these as well. Like this one's got a little present that you can stitch on. But I got this. Now this is a bead holder, and Mary was trying to put me off. Oh, well, let me show you what it is, and it'll probably put you off. And when she opened it, I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted. It's basically like that inside, so you can put beads in. And I said, you shouldn't be putting people off, Mary. But yeah, I said that's what I wanted. It's for when I'm beading, and I can just put all the beads in. You just have to be careful taking the lid off, because it's magnetised, so you just have to be careful that you don't spill your beads. So yeah, so that's that. They're all that sort. And then I got this, Merlin the Midnight Owl, and you won't be able to see, but in here there's lots of purple beads. Purple, yeah. So I got that. Obviously it's not got the pumpkin as well, because that pumpkin is done in the Weeks Dye Works felt. Yeah. And then I got this Snowbells Jingle, this one's called. Just love them. And this, I got this chart. So this is Believe by Ira TM. Now this fabric, you can see it's white here, and then it's like dark blue at the top, and there's like little specks as though it's snowing. That fabric is called Snow and Sky by Fabric Flare, and Kate from Lakeside Needlecrafts was at the retreat, so I've asked her if she'd be able to get that fabric for me so I can stitch that. But I just love the design. Bit of Quaker, bit of Christmas. Yep. And each of these has got different things in, like a present, there's a heart, there's a little lighthouse, there's a drum. Yeah, so there's all different things in the circles. So yeah, so Kate's trying to get me that fabric, and then I can do that one. And that's my stash from Create Nostalgia. And then from Nimble Thimble, as well as the framing, you know, I got a piece of this fabric. I don't know if you can see it, yeah. It's a marble 32 count linen, Belfast linen. So that's that one. If you're wondering why I keep having to, it keeps flicking, for some reason, the program that I use to connect the phone to the laptop just keeps having a blip. So I'll have to keep cutting and putting back together. I got this. Chris has got this and the partner one, Peter something. This is Sophie's Roses, and it's beautiful. They're up on the wall in Nimble Thimble, and they're beautiful. Same as everything. You see it actually made up on the wall, and you just have to buy it. And it's a full kit, so you get all the thread and the fabric. Yeah, and it's a shepherd's bush kit. Now this one, this is beautiful. This was one of those that I went in and I saw it up on the wall, and I'm like, Chris, have you got this chart? And she did, and it's a kit. This is called An Open Heart. There's going to be pictures in the slideshow at the end of it in bits, like so, because I've done a picture of the bottom, a picture of the middle, and a picture of the top, and then there's a picture of the whole thing, because this picture does not do it justice at all. Do a bit closer, but yeah, that picture does not do it justice at all. It's beautiful. So I got the full, it's a full kit again with the threads and fabric and beads, and it's beautiful. You know, I think I might have to live till I'm about 500 to stitch all this stuff, but you know. This one, Helen, who was at the retreat, and she was stitching this. This is Summer Quaker by Lila's Studio. She'd stitched the middle, just the middle, and she was starting on the Quaker at the retreat. that middle bit was gorgeous, so I had to buy it because I keep saying these are too big. They're too big for me. I don't really want to start trying to do that, but I'm thinking I'm just going to do that middle bit because the middle bit is gorgeous. So yeah, Summer Quaker by Iris Studio. And then I got this one because I've seen people stitching this, the Garden Gate. And it's gorgeous in real life, drawn thread, the Garden Gate. Yeah, so again, full kit, everything in it. All the MPIs, dinky dies. So yeah. And this one, this is one I've seen every time I've gone to Nimble Thimble for the last 3 or 4 times. I've seen this, it's a booklet, and it costs quite a bit of money because it's a booklet. And I kept thinking, oh no, you know, it's only a couple of them, I'm not buying it. And then I saw it again this weekend, it was like, I think it's a sign, I need to buy it. This is Mementos of the Heart by Heart in Hand. And I just love this round one here. And I love this one at the top, this Smitten. So yeah. But there's, you know, it's just a beautiful booklet. Sorry everything's in plastic. I'm not pulling them out of the bag because I'd have to try and get them back in again. And then I had the haunting that I've started today. And I think that's all my stash. So yeah. Oh, dear me. But yeah, I think it is all my stash. There's nothing else, I don't think. So yeah. But yeah. So yeah, it's been quite a busy weekend. I'm still quite a bit tired, but nowhere near like I was last night. I just, like I said, I started watching my video that I'd done, and I'm like, oh good grief, I've said this and then not done it. You know. So yeah, I just thought, no, I'm gonna have to do it again. So I've done it again. Okay, so I think that's about it for today. Wrexham retreat. For next year, the July one opened yesterday. I'm not sure if there's any point. I've not really gone through the emails properly. I need to do it. So if you're interested, the details are down below. So yeah, it was lovely to see some people who watched my videos at the weekend. So yeah, it was really nice. Oh, good grief. Right, so I think I need to go now. I've been waffling again. So, I'll be back, is it the 9th or 10th? In 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks on Saturday, probably. I think I've got a beading day on the Sunday in 2 weeks, so it'll be the Saturday. So, have a good 2 weeks. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Be kind always. Happy stitching. Bye for now.